for an awkward conversation. I don't know if I'm going to include this or not, but if you're seeing this, yeah. Basically, there's this guy at work who I thought I was friends with, but then now he's gaslighting me. So I don't even want to be part of that, but yeah. He deleted all the chats. He's trying to delete the paper trail. But the thing is, I have a paper trail because you got to think ahead of these things, you know? Like, you need to compile evidence and have a case in case something happens and stuff. And yeah, so I had a meeting that got made at like 3:15, and it was for today, 4 to 4:30. So great preparation in advance. But I mean, my neighbor, he got up to go to a meeting at 3:30, and I was like, "You're going to a meeting?" And then he's like, "Yeah, at 2:30 they made a meeting for 3:30." And then I was like, "Me too." Like, they at 3:15 they made a meeting for 4 o'clock. So great. It's 5:11 right now, and I'm leaving. I was literally gonna leave at like 5:05, but then the president comes over and he's like, "Do you have the Two House's contact?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So then I called them, and then they used my phone, so couldn't leave. But yeah. Today has literally been so crazy. I haven't even had any meetings, honestly, but everything is just going crazy because I'm trying to like get like tools made, but the people aren't sending me the files to approve, and then yeah, then I'm trying to work on instructions and stuff for that, but then I'm also working on labeling, and the labeling spec nobody like is confirmed on. Like, nobody is stating what they want. Like, we have a document that states everything, and so I follow this document, and then I send like a example for people to like say like if it's good or not before we print it, and then because I'm following the spec document, and then they all of a sudden everybody starts answering in this email chain, and it's all like, oh, change this, change that. So now I have to redo everything because basically I made a bartender file, which is like a label file that you can add like barcodes and text and stuff like that and make them like sync up and stuff. So I had that already and stuff, and then I made like a text database file thing, and then I connected it to this other thingy, and this whole long process. And yeah, to get the labels generated, and then people tell me now that they want to make changes, so now I have to redo that whole process, and oh my gosh. It's currently August 7th, 1:38 p.m. and I just got to my car for lunch, and today is literally this whole past, I guess, week, honestly, has been just so crazy. It's like I'm sitting at my desk doing work, and I have like a million things going on that I have to all do, and like I'm like I need to do things for like 4 different customers all at the same time, and so it's like, do I do one thing from one customer and then move to the next thing, or do I do them all simultaneously? Like, I don't know, which it would probably be better if I focused on one thing and then finished it and then went to the next one. But like, all these ideas are popping in my head where I'm like, oh, like I should be doing this thing. So then I start doing this thing, and then I'm like, and then somebody like asks me about something else from a different customer, so then I go do that, and then I'm like, oh wait, I had to do this thing for the customer. So then I left my original thing, and then yeah. So I'm just sitting at my desk, but like there's so many things, and I have this like long spreadsheet of everything I do every single day, and I'm like having trouble filling it in because I'm doing so many different things. And yeah, and I like don't even have time to like think. Like, I'm just like in go mode, and that's it. And yeah, but I don't have any meetings today. I didn't have any yesterday, so that's chill. So yeah, and I think I finally figured out this whole labeling problem thing, and I got that going so then the operator could print that. And then I got a different one going also, because like that one, there was another one from like a while ago that worked, but then now it was like a little glitchy, I guess, like not glitchy, but basically like there's this one string of like text, but then the text was too long, so then it went to the next line and I couldn't have that, so then I had to like just expand it and then relink and then whatever, and then it was fine. So yeah, so I got all the labels of that working. I think we're good on that customer. But then I was sitting at my desk and then this guy came up to me and he's like, oh, you have to do I emailed you, and then I looked, and then I opened his email, and then he's like, you're not opening my emails? And then I'm like, that was sent 3 minutes ago. But yeah, he was just kidding. But yeah, so I have to do something with this customer that I haven't done anything with in like months, and then another customer. Actually, I think I kind of cleared my tasks with 2 customers, so now I have 2 more I still have outgoing tasks for. So when I finish lunch, I guess I'll get back to doing that. Yeah. Today I left my work at 5:20. Basically, I was gonna leave at like 5:08, but then I realized like I kind of have a customer meeting at 5 o'clock because the customers in a country across the world, so the time zones are different. So as I'm like about to leave, then I'm like, oh my gosh, wait, today's like Wednesday and I'm supposed to have like a customer meeting 5 to 6 o'clock. So then I chat the junior PM who's in charge of this meeting, and yeah, and then she's not answering, so then I like grab my bag and stuff and get ready to go. But then as I am leaving, I have to walk by the conference room, and then I saw, as I was walking, I saw on the screen, it looked like people were in a call. So then I walked in the room, and then I am like pointing, like asking if I have to go to this meeting or not, but then the junior PM is not understanding my message. So then I pull out my phone and then I show her the chat that I sent her that says, do I need to come to the meeting? And then she pulled out her phone and then she wrote down like, maybe stay for like 5 minutes. And yeah, and then so then I sat down and I stayed, and then I was not relevant, but my boss was in the call, but not in the room, but he was calling in. But yeah, and then she messaged and was like, you don't need to stay in the meeting anymore. So then I left at 5:20. So yeah, that leads us to now. And I'm so crazy busy at work this week. It's like, oh my gosh. Like I actually finished like almost everything that was like pressing, I guess, kind of, at least started on all those things, because I can't finish everything at this point right now, because I have to wait for other people to answer and stuff. But I'm just like so busy that like I don't even have time to think. Like I'm like thinking obviously, but I'm just in like autopilot mode. Like I don't know, it's just kind of strange because I haven't been in like this kind of like having so many things to do all at the same time I don't even remember when. And it doesn't help that the senior lady in my position has resigned on Monday, or put in her resignation letter on Monday. So her last day is not this Friday, but the Friday after that. So now she's like passing down information to me to take one of her accounts, which I think I'm just here to like be a telephone, like collect the information and then pass it to my coworker who sits behind me, who's on PTO right now. I don't like fully know, but yeah. Also, when I recorded earlier, I was like, oh yeah, I have like things to do for like 2 accounts right now. Yeah, well, when I was doing one of those tasks this afternoon, then somebody came over and was all like, oh, can you do this for this thing? So now I have stuff for 3 accounts again.